to one bowl game. They're taking on a Michigan State Spartan team that blew out Wisconsin last week, 49-14, over 400 yards on the ground against Wisconsin. Michigan State fighting to stay bowl eligible. Zack Mills running out for the final time, this starting quarterback, and he has been banged up, hit countless times during his career, suffered a concussion earlier this season against Iowa. And certainly, Mike, not with the senior class envisioned when they came in. They're going to go out as the losingest class in Penn State history, and the first class under Joe Paterno not to win a bowl game.
Well, it's not all fair.
Cheer on their Nittany Lions.
The Penn State's defense is pretty good, so why not line up on defense first?
Terrific defense, in fact, and Robbie Gould's kick goes to the end zone. Michigan State starts off from the 20.
They're going to play an ample role here today.
And Dave Baldwin, their offensive coordinator, likes to give people a lot of looks on formations, and Jason Teague, one of the three running backs they use, is their offensive player of the week. Only the second time that's happened. Teague runs for the first time and appears to stop. The Nittany Lions have a young but excellent defense. Michigan State particularly wary of juniors Tamba, Hali and Scott Paxson. Derek Wake, the only senior starting today. Dan Connor is a freshman. He can play all three linebacker spots. And a couple of good corners, Alan Zamitis and Anwar Phillips, have combined to pick off 5 passes. First down for Michigan State. Couple of plays leading to a first down, and again the running play to Teague. He got a terrific block from his tight end.
Defensive lineman.
Now on 3rd and 1, J.U. Colcrick, his first carry with Michigan State. Got a couple of first downs. Plenty of time for Stanton. He is looking deep. Kyle Brown is there, and it's almost intercepted. Anwar Phillips almost gathered in the carom.
Receivers, this ball needs to be caught, though. Kyle Brown goes up, and he tries to basket catch it. His eyes were kind of floating in the atmosphere, and his hands never were able to bring it in, but
coming in, should have had 18 with that, would have been a big first down. Instead, 2nd and 10. Stanton, he's a very good runner, as witnessed by that play. Drew Stanton taking it inside the 25-yard line. Efficient. First down again for Michigan State, up top, thrown underneath.
I've been a big fan of his.
2nd and 2, Teague gets it, and boy, they are carving up. It's not one of 2 tight ends in motion. Cobb right up the middle, and he is stopped down around the and 3. And Stanton on the quarterback keeper is stuck. Posluszny leading the charge.
Dan Connor right here, and Posluszny, number 31. Look how Posluszny anticipates that quarterback draw, steps up in the gap.
Maynard has made 74% of his field goals so far, and ups that up a little bit. So Michigan State had no problem. Just over 4 minutes, they go 78. Maryland, outside of Frederick. Both of his parents went to Maryland, but he wanted to be a Nittany Lion, and he has come here and culminates his season. Tony Hunt, the sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia, picking up the first down on his for Hunt. The last couple of games, Penn State has used Michael Robinson exclusively a wide receiver. He also has played some running back and quarterback. By far, he's the biggest offensive threat. Penn State's offensive line has taken a lot of heat this season. E.Z. Smith, though, leads the unit from the center position. And this line play, the inconsistent line play, one of the reasons why Zack Mills has been beaten up so much, and one of the reasons why these guys are averaging only 16 points a game, 9.5 points a game in Big Ten contests. Tony Hunt gets the ball again and falls. 2nd and 6 now for the Nittany Lions. First time they have had the ball, and Mills hanging on to it. Zack Mills. Mills, little pump, goes out, and he finds his receiver. That is Michael Robinson. Much of a game breaker, though, is he? As they continue to search to get some more weapons in here. Mills, plenty of time, and he is lofting this one towards Robinson, but he is well out of bounds. Next to Mills in the backfield. Now goes out in the pass pattern, and that one is thrown towards Robinson, and even had he caught it, it would have been only for about a 2-yard gain.
Senior tight end. You know, Joe's not going to stop coaching that kid even after he leaves.
And that is knocked down. That's the 2nd time that Jay Alford has knocked down a pass this afternoon. Sounds only a sophomore. He idolized Warren Sapp growing up. I don't think Sapp has those ups, though. As Jason Teague picks up, had that helmet on, said, go ahead, hit me, see? And, of course, nobody would hit him, as that is completed out to Aaron Alexander in season. 4 receivers now on 1st and 20, and Stanton hangs on to it. And the quarterback, again, remember, playing with a terrific recruiter, recruits the Western Pennsylvania area. 2nd and 19. Stanton completes it to his tight end, Jason Randall, and he is stopped about 1
And no one can follow Joe Paterno, but somebody can pick up after he leaves.
Boy, and what a tackle by Dan Connor on Jeremy Scott as he tackles him a couple of yards short of Fields in to kick to Calvin Lowry. Wow, and he just backs him up. What a punt by Fields. Lowry retreats, gets it at his 4. And Lowry, who has been criticized around these parts for his lack of aggressiveness as a move up in the BCS standards. Hunt again, good run by Tony Hunt as he is close to now 3rd and 7 for this Nittany Lion offense that has sputtered all season. That one's complete to Robinson. There's your weapon. And Robinson turns it upfield for a first down. Hayes with the tackle, but that's 18 big yards.
Protection, and when he has protection in the pocket, he can go through his progressions. 1, 2, here comes Robinson, a crossing route underneath. Robinson's at the delayed drag. He knows where he's going. He's gaining depth as he gets across the field. Yards after the catch. If this guy's your only playmaker.
The only Big Ten team that Penn State has beaten in the last 2 years. Mills gets it off. He's looking for Robinson deep, and Maples makes the interception. A little bit of contact, but Roderick Maples picks it off and takes it up near midfield. His first career sack came last year when he sacked Zack Mills. So number 17 has Zack's number. And there's a great run by Cobb. This drive started at midfield after the Maples interception. Little play action. Stanton looking downfield, zips it complete to Shabai. And another first Michigan State, and they're driving. Cobb breaks free, and he's fired up, trying to fire up the fans to fire up his defense. Drew Stanton, the Michigan State quarterback, rolling away from trouble, and again, so dangerous on his feet. Stanton gives Michigan
State offensive line.
2nd and goal from the 8 now as DeAndre Cobb tries to break it outside, and he is ankled down. 3rd and goal now from the 8. Stanton with time, but who does he go to? He's got a guy in the end zone, but it's floated in and picked off. Anwar Phillips steps in front of the receiver, and the Penn State defense rises to the occasion again.
These players can play with the intensity level Paterno shows in the sideline, but Stanton had not right underneath, right in front of him. And when you hold the ball that long, the end zone gets smaller and smaller, and those defensive backs converge towards the receiver. Anwar Phillips missed an interception earlier in the game. Just great ball skills there. Get a hand in there, stay with it with your eyes, and bring it to your stomach.
His team-leading 4th interception of the season. Austin Scott, the running back, now for Penn State, picks up. Michigan State has had the ball over 10.5 minutes. Penn State about 6:15 as Mills takes it for the first down.
They've all had opportunities. BC, Pitt, and also West Virginia. We saw them all this year.
Big win for BC. Hoping to put away Temple today as Austin Scott.
You know, the caliber players. They had Blackledge,
obviously some great
Mark
players.
Battaglia. They had some defensive personnel.
Zack Mills
give you some vinegar in your system. But Joe Paterno, I tell you, we can't talk enough about this guy.
Paul Jefferson, the senior fullback, catches it in space and makes a play. Jefferson tackled down inside the 40.
But Paul Jefferson just hide in the interior line of scrimmage. A design screen, you get the lineman out, you get a nick on somebody. And Jefferson playing his final game of his college career. Additional yards, 18
season in 2002 and went to the bowl game. He takes a rest. Austin Scott.
He communicates with his voice and his nonverbal communication.
2nd down, Mills completes it to Robinson, who is stopped.
Kind of inspiration for the guys to help them out any way I can.
Mills going up top for Smoko, the tight end, and it is knocked away.
Would you like to see him coach some more?
I'd love to see him coach. I'd love to.
Zack Mills takes it around his way out, and a guy like that, he'll be successful no matter what he does. Tony Hunt gets it and stretches and doing a good job. Now 2nd and 13, Mills will pump fake and goes underneath to Hunt. A flag comes down.
Number 59 on the offense.
Mills has time, but there comes the blitz, and he is just that sack. So they are going way back. Mills trying to get some back, looking up top, going for Rubin, and it's tipped away. Jason Hart. And then he pooches it out, and that's going to work out nicely for Penn State. It dies at the football game. 2nd down, Teague. Stanton going to have to hang on to it, and he will be stopped short of the first. Lowry is at midfield. Gets that at the 46. And Lowry, with a nice punt return, gets it down 9.5 points a game in conference play. Mills hanging on to it. Nope, he pitches it at the last second to Hunt. And Maples gets him. That's converted 4 or 5. 3 receivers in for Mills. Zips it, completes it to Robinson, and that's a incomplete pass. Excuse me, had it just for his career long, though, is 51, well within his range at 47. And Gold gets it. So Robbie Gold, who has had a miserable senior season, but a minute 43 left to go. Michigan State with the ball in the 20. Stanton, their quarterback, already has a 31-yard run. Good to see Rod in the studio in his snappy suits as we hit a minute left to go here in the half. We'll join those guys shortly. Complete for the first down to throwing an interception to Anwar Phillips in the end zone to stop a drive. That ball is complete to Agim Shabai, but only for about 3 yards. And for Drew Stanton, leading the team in rushing today, as well as throwing the ball for them, completes it to Terry Love. And he has shown no love. Dan Connor, the true freshman linebacker.
Right in the numbers.
Big things expected from Connor. That one's complete over the middle, but they're just chipping away as Kyle Brown grew 2008. Stanton, after the timeout, hanging in there, going towards the sideline towards Shabbat this year. Second down, 4 receivers in. Zipped it to Kyle Brown. Gooman hits him, but boy, Brown hangs up. Penn State has blocked 5 field goals this season. And Rayner knocks that one through. Dave Rayner with room to spare on the last play of the first half.
What a boot.
52 yards. He is now 8 for 17 in his career.
In the end zone, that helped out tremendously, but right now, it's a 30-minute game for both teams. Who's going to a bowl game and who's going to improve for next year?
Penn State gets the football first, and he's bringing it out. Running the ball back to the 20.
First half, and in warm-ups to begin the second half, they are confident, smiling to each other that maybe someone can, in fact, make a big play for head coach Joe Paterno and get this offense going, which is not to take advantage of mistakes. And I asked him, is your team intense enough? He said, hey, they're never intense enough for me.
First half statistics, and you see the Spartans winning in the total yardage category. Both teams have 1 takeaway, an interception, and Drew Stanton throwing a very costly interception in the end zone.
Well, that cost, Michigan State an opportunity to score either a field goal or a touchdown, but, Drew Stanton, 53 yards rushing, 89 yards passing. He's the leader
State
today.
came off the bench to help beat Wisconsin last week. Zack Mills is in the quarterback running like a running back, and he is dragged down from the 2nd and 8. Nittany Lions. Mills going to go up and complete it to his fullback. Jefferson already has 1 catch carries this season. He has 2 catches already today. Mills getting away and getting out of trouble, getting away from Michael Bazemore in his first year as the offensive coordinator at Penn State. Played quarterback here many years ago. Against the grain, that ball is completed. For another first down. Ball is loose, but they're going to say that he was down. Opportunity to stop play, but will not because the snap comes. And Zack Mills continuing. Good kid, and Joe Paterno has staunchly defended him as Hunt breaks free and bowls forward. I don't think he could get that long. Mills zipping it up top, completing it to Martin Rubin, who gets away. And Rubin stretches for the end zone, but he's...
Once they get down inside the red zone, they seem to go backwards because of penalties or sacks or miscommunication, but Mark Rubin, a fine freshman receiver.
2nd and goal inside the 1. We'll see. Yep, Mills gives it to Hunt, and he goes into the end zone. Penn State has scored a touchdown, and they take the lead.
On the shoulders of Zack Mills, but Tony Hunt, along with the offensive line, surges 2 or 3 yards into the end zone.
Frustrating 2004 season, but that was a great drive. And the Lions have a lead for Joe Pa. Lions have to win today, and again in Hawaii in a couple of weeks to get into a bowl. Need the 7 wins because of the 12 games on their schedule. Jason Teague goes down in a heap. He loses 3 yards. Dan Connor again.
Very complimentary on defense.
Connor hearkening back to the glory days of Penn State linebackers. That one is thrown right into the hands of Tamba Hali. The
just got the words out of my mouth. Tackle, pull, number 79 is told to punch and cut. There's nobody out there. They had tried to get a split-in screen, but Tamba Hali, film study, Pam, sniffed that out, expected it, and when you win on first down, it allows you on second down to take advantage and aggressive.
Mills keeps it on the ground. Zack Mills running for the sticks, and he's in. Touchdown, Penn State. Welcome back to Penn State, and boy, Zack Mills has his team up now. Penn State scoring that touchdown after Tamba Hali's first career interception. Helps set it up. DeAndre Cobb, this time will take it out from a couple of yards deep. And Cobb, who took one to the house against Miller in their season. Let's see how Stanton responds from that bad interception. Happy feet. And he does escape for a couple of yards.
Paralyzed him.
This Michigan State offense, as Stanton almost dropped it, just drilled Wisconsin last week, and that one is short-hopped to Jason.
He might need a Snickers.
So he was taken out of the game. Damon Dowdell played one game, 17-6. They've scored 14 points here in the third quarter as Tony Hunt drives it up a couple of yards.
He won it. He worked so well. That was his personality.
3rd and 2, a little throw coming up. Hunt. Oh boy, that was intended towards John Bronson, a backup sidelines to go for it, but instead Jeremy Kapanos is in for the punt. Agim Shabai fair catches it at the 12-yard win for the Spartans. Have to win to keep their hopes of going to a bowl alive. Handing it off to J.U. Colquitt, and he is stacked up and loses.
The game has changed a lot, and sometimes you need your helmet when you're playing out there.
Dowdell out of the shotgun completes it to Jason Teague. Maybe about 6 yards. What they talked to him about was to know when to go down. Get your 10 yards and slide. You don't have to take a hit every time. And he's just one tough kid, wants to go back out there.
Yeah, and he did go down, try to go down. He got kneed in the back of the head, but he's trying to measure up his helmet to see if somebody else has the same size so he can put it on and still go in the game.
3rd and 5. Dowdell right into the hands of Paul Posluszny. The 3rd interception of the day for Penn State. They are all over this Spartan offense.
The top, these linebackers are hungry. And there's one of your leaders right there, Posluszny, a former running back, knows where to go to the end zone with the
State again in terrific position. 1st down, 1st and goal from the 10. Mills, the senior, takes it in. What a day for Zack Mills in his last game in a Penn State uniform.
This right here, you couldn't draw it up any better. They got 8 guys in the box. You trap one and slip into the end zone. 2 turnovers in succession, 2 one-play drives. That's what Joe Paterno's been searching for all year.
2 rushing touchdowns for Mills today. As Mike mentioned, exciting game in Columbus. And right now another quarterback, the 3rd today, Stephen Reeves, started 2 games earlier in the year. As you see, he's a lefty, and he fires that one. Looking for
a repetition standpoint.
Now on 2nd and 10, Colquitt, the big running back, hasn't gotten a lot of carries today for Michigan State.
The running game.
And now Reeves gets it batted down. That's the 3rd time Penn State has batted down a pass today. That's defensive tackle punt for the 4th time today. Calvin Lowry back at his 30. And they block it. Penn State has blocked its 8th kick of the season. And they take over in terrific position, field position. Donnie Johnson's 2nd block this year.
But the up back, number 25, gets pushed right in there. Donnie Johnson does a nice job just forcing his way in. There's no quitting this kid. Hit with your right hand, put your left hand up. And we've seen a few of these this year, Pam. The thump, the punt.
That's the 1st time. They are putting on a show. Tony Hunt right up the gut. Takes a couple of guys for a ride.
We're not going to get to that until the end of the game, but John L. Smith is searching for something right now.
3rd and goal. Michael Robinson, touchdown. Oh, what a catch by Robinson. Listen, everything is working now for Penn State.
Whatever refreshment they had at halftime, it's gotten in their bloodstream pretty quickly, and they've exploded. Michael Robinson, not your perennial receiver, but he goes up at the highest point. This game's important to this guy. And Zack Mills, a storybook game for him.
Thank you, Matt. Steven Reeves continues at quarterback. And that one is almost intercepted. The highest scoring quarter of the season for Penn State, 28 points. Reeves. Oh, he throws another pick. This one is taken away by Calvin Lowry. Tom Bradley, the defensive coordinator, nothing but high fives and hugs. 4 picks for his defense today.
Don't have the experience. This is a forced pass. It's unfortunate for Steven Reeves. But even Joe Paterno, who probably was a cheerleader back in the day at Brown University.
And Tom Bradley, boy, we had a nice visit with him yesterday. What a great, I mean, this is left to go in the 3rd quarter. Austin Scott gets it, and the fans kind of quiet. Say, oh, we have the ball back? They want to see defense.
I'm going to take a breather here, Penn. This has been pretty emotional.
Penn State, 4 interceptions today. What a way to end the season for Joe Paterno. They will thoroughly investigate, take a look at a lot of videotape. ESPN had that game on TV, so they can look at a lot of stuff as Gerald Smith makes his first catch, the senior from Nittany Lions. Mills pitches it to Scott. And Austin runs for a first down and a heck of a lot more as he is nudged out of bounds.
For him and his program.
Yeah, Saban was there, and then, of course, Bobby Williams. Zack Mills running away from trouble. Zack Mills on first down. They mark him as he tried to strike long early on in the game. Here's Mills again. Zack Mills. Yeah.
Might as well take it in my hands, right?
That's Austin Scott. Field goal for Robbie Gould is hit from 47 today. And the Penn State offensive machine continues. So the interception leading to 3 more points, 34-6. Zack Mills and company are rolling over Michigan State. It's 6-3 at the half. Penn State 28 points in the 3rd quarter. They get this field goal early in the 4th. DeAndre Cobb doing his best to get Michigan State back into the game, and Cobb breaks away. Gould, the kicker, as they are just getting rolled over, Rhino, and again they're playing with their 3rd-string quarterback, Steven Reeves. Drew Stanton has been knocked out of the game, and that pass is thrown very high, picking up 15 yards on that penalty. 1st and 10 from the 33. Running back Holcrick.
We could have done this, could have done that.
Jason Teague stopped about a yard short of the first one. Teague does get the real first down, the 2nd first down of the half. Boy, nice effort by to get a first down without scoring. Reeves bouncing around on his toes and then dives down to the 10. Let's go down pummeled here by Penn State. Reeves, nowhere to go but through the middle and down Posluszny. Hello and goodbye. Posluszny playing a terrific game as this Penn State defense smothering Michigan State. The posse happy because they just saw Posluszny's 9th tackle of the game.
You know, just as much as quarterbacks stay alive in the pocket, linebackers have to stay alive and stay active. Posluszny, a hungry young player that attacks the line of scrimmage.
Scoring a touchdown. Jason Randall, the tight end, in motion. Stays in the block. Reeves in the end zone. He's got a man wide open for the touchdown. Jeremy Scott catches his 3rd touchdown of the season. Well, Michigan State at least ends some of the bleeding. Right now, it's maybe an onside kick in order for Michigan State. You betcha. They try to get it back. And the ball.
I don't know if Penn State touched it. Looked like number 34 went after it.
Big pile up at the 28.
They did the same thing last week coming out of the locker room against Wisconsin.
Worked then in that huge upset, but Penn State is able to get on top of the football. He's the commissioner of the Big Ten. Right up the middle there is Austin Scott.
I read a number of years ago at Ohio State.
Michael Hart. You can't say his name because he plays there.
Team up north, yeah.
10 on the season. And will he go 3 for 3 today? Everything clicking for Penn State. Gold, another senior, 3 for 3 today. Earlier today, one of the seniors going out for Penn State. It was had a spinal cord injury 4 years ago. And
I don't care how old Joe Paterno is or what the situation is, I'm going to Penn State.
Reeves picks up the first down as he zips it and completes it for last year and give you that 1-year cushion. They chose not to do that and instead extended his contract as Kyle Brown makes the catch and is stopped short of the first.
I think Joe Paterno is probably the best investment that Penn State has made in the history of this university.
Penn State all-time record with 41 for his career. College Game Day now presented by Acura is coming up next as Aaron Alexander gets the first down. We get back to Matt Weiner. Boston College ripping their way towards the BCS bid in the Big East. Jason Teague, he's run hard. He's been chewed up a very good Wisconsin defense, and now it's their turn to get chewed up. Teague stopped around the first down marker. Teague is in the backfield, and he gets the football and does not get the first down. A blue wave led by Paul Posluszny. Double-figure tackles for him. He's got an interception. And his Penn State defense, Tom Bradley, get off the field, guys. You've done a heck of a job.
He loves seeing that 3 and out, but there's nothing more rewarding for a defensive coach on a 4th down situation when you stop them. And the offensive coaches always say, if we can't get 1 yard, we don't belong in that field. Well, the same mindset is being told and talked about on the other side of the football.
Defense, they're losing 2 starters, really. Andrew Gooman starting most of the year and Derek Wake. Other than that, everybody's coming back. Let's go back to last week. They had this huge goal line stand. 4th and goal from the 1. Indiana scores less than a minute to go. They're probably going to win, and they get stuffed 4 times in a row.
Ganner, the senior. Here's your curtain call.
So here's your curtain call as Zack Mills goes out. Mills taken out, and Chris Ganner comes in. And a standing ovation for this fabulous career for Zack Mills. It did not translate into a lot of wins. He will leave with 18 school records. He tied the Penn State record today with his 41st career touchdown pass, only 1 bowl trip. But what a great career, a true warrior is Zack Mills, Rhino.
Standing right here outside the Penn State student section, a big ovation for Zack Mills. And just finishing the story, what Joe Paterno told us, but running backs are really not up to the caliber of Penn State's teams in the past. The coach does say, really, Zack Mills did a great job of handling the media scrutiny, the fans booing him, which happened a lot this year. He's shown his teammates how tough he is playing through that slew of injuries. And as the coach said, they'll always have the respect after the way Zack Mills performed here. And he certainly went out on a high note, Pam.
You know, he gets to leave on his own accord instead of being knocked out. We saw him knocked out earlier today, literally, where he had the concussion against Iowa in that 6-4 game as Rodney Kinlaw gets the carry. And Michigan State, and they're going to be treated the same. They're all part of the Penn State family. And they're, as you said, always welcome back. And another interception. Lowry's 2nd of the day, 5th for Penn State. And this defense, it's only fitting that this defense, which has carried Penn State this season, has a banner day with 5 picks today.
Yeah, I think Don Center.
Yeah, I would go with Morelli myself, especially since unless they get a terrific bunch of recruits at wide receiver, you need Robinson.
And hopefully they can play on Sundays next year.
Well, they'll have 1 more game as they take on Hawaii in 2 weeks in Honolulu. But for Joe Paterno,
see it out in front and implement it a little bit. But whatever happens, it's a wonderful, happy day in Happy Valley.
As Kinlaw, 28 points in the 3rd quarter today. They scored 20 points in the 4th quarter all year. Oh, almost pick number 6.
You know, the same thing holds true for right now about this final game for Zack Mills and Paterno the 2004 season, but they performed extremely well against a strong Michigan State team.
Michigan State, coming off that win against Wisconsin. Jason Teague has it, and here come the fans. Joe Paterno gets a win in the final game of the 2004 season. as he contemplates his future. He and John L. Smith have become friendly since John L. came over to the Big Ten. Two men with great respect for each other. The 13 win over Michigan State. Michigan State's bold dreams come to a close. Coming up next, College Game Day Now presented by Acura. We'll have exclusive post-game coverage coming up on ESPN News in just a couple of minutes. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Mike Tomczak and Dave Ryan, our producer Bart Fox, and our whole crew here at Penn State, I'm Pam Ward. Joe Paterno says he will be back next year. Penn State takes it 37-13. We say so long from Penn State.